An amazing week. Week number 5 was amazing. It was fantastic. There were some ups and downs. It's always a mixed bag. Every Sunday is going to be a mixed bag with some injuries. AR5 went down. JJ banged up. Kelsey left, but then came back. But boy, did we have some re-emerging monsters that we've been talking about all year long. Guys that have been starting off slow. Jamar Chase back. Joe Burrow back. Breece Hall back. Kelsey injured, but then back. The Fantasy Football Show week number 5 recap show begins right now.
FantasyFootballShow.com studios.
It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live!
Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
Live whenever news breaks, live after the morning and afternoon slate of games, sometimes live after the Sunday night game as well, live after the Monday night game, the Thursday night game. We're live all the time here on the Fantasy Football Show, and we're live Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Boy, did we have a good day in general across the board in the fantasy landscape, at least in terms of some of the guys we tout here all the time here on the channel. There was a lot of good. There was a little bit of bad, obviously. I touched on that a little bit a minute ago. Kelsey got banged up. X-rays looked really bad, maybe even out for the year. And then he comes running back onto the field, plays, is very involved in a crucial, right when he gets on the field, a crucial, absolute monster reception and first down. And then after that, Kelsey scores a touchdown. And Kelsey looks back. Kelsey does amazing. Breece Hall, absolute crushed it in week number 5. Absolutely crushed it. And if we go to the game log here, the box score on this game here, Zach Wilson was meh. And there were times where Zach Wilson was solid, and there were times where Zach Wilson was Zach Wilson. He was awful. And he can't move the ball sometimes, and he makes some crazy, weird decisions. But Breece Hall, 22 totes for 177 and a touchdown. You can see it right here. Conklin, 4 for 67. Garrett Wilson was pedestrian with 3 for 54. Look, until there's some sort of quarterback change, I don't know what Garrett Wilson's going to do. But I do know I wouldn't give him away. I do know he's still flex-worthy in some cases, but it depends. Garrett Wilson had the day we didn't want. But Breece Hall exploded. They're going to give him more work. They're not going to restrict him. I know it was the Denver Broncos, but I do believe since he did this in week 1, he can pop off any run at any moment, take any run house. He's like Achane in a lot of ways. Russell Wilson, 196, 2 touchdowns. McLaughlin was a nice little surprise. We wondered if he was going to come out and have a nice little outing, or would P. Ryan be too involved and us be let down, kind of like when Joshua Kelly looked good in change of pace role, and then all of a sudden he gets thrusted into the lineup and looks awful. We wondered if that same thing was going to happen to McLaughlin. 9 carries for 68 yards. Very explosive runner. He also pulled in a touchdown pass, 3 catches for 21 yards. Pretty solid performance out of McLaughlin. So if you own him, you depending on what happens with Javonte, you might have yourself a nice little flex or injury bye week guy. But P. Ryan was very useful. 4 catches, 73 yards. So this game was pretty solid in terms of fantasy football contributors. And if we head on down to the Kansas City Chiefs versus Vikings box score, we will see Patrick Mahomes decent, right? He didn't have the game maybe we had hoped he'd have. This is good for buy low opportunities. Thank you all for being here. File on in, punch that thumb up button. We only have 40 thumbs up, and we have 344 eyeballs, so please punch that thumb up button. Matto first in the building. Matto to the moon. Matto, appreciate you being here. I'll get the super chats after we go through all this stuff, so in order in which they're received. If you've got any, drop them, and I'll help you as soon as I can. Patrick Mahomes, good buy low walking into next week. 281 and 2. Isaiah Pacheco still looking very solid, very strong. He's clearly the lead back. Only Clyde Edwards-Helaire had even 2 carries or more than 1 carry. So it's all Pacheco. The problem was it was a very, very bland offense for majority of the game. And then Kelsey came back after his x-rays and went on a tear. 10 receptions for 67 yards and a touchdown. Rashee Rice pulled in a touchdown, so that was a good play for some of you that had Rashee Rice. Kirk Cousins, 2 touchdowns, 284. Vikings got beat by the Chiefs in this one. Madison had a touchdown, I think, through the air, right? Didn't he catch one. He caught one, 2 for 20, but only 3.3 a pop on the ground. Akers is a non-factor. Akers can't even do it in Minnesota. This is crazy that he got traded for. They don't even use him. He's pedestrian. Pickens, I see that Pickens highlight. Pickens is back as well. That's fantastic. Pickett showing he's healthy. Pickens is probably a flex play, go for it at least. The bad news here is JJ is banged up. We're going to have to monitor what's going on with JJ, so hang tight on that one. Let's head over to the Bengal game because that's the one I really want to talk about because we had some re-emergence, some resurging going on in this Cardinals-Bengals outing with Joseph Cigar smoking Burrow, absolutely tearing it up. Whoops. Let's move that around. Let's see. Box score. Let's go to box score. Here we go. Box score, Bobby. Burrow, 3 tutties, 317. Really should have had a 4th touchdown. He's back. He's back. Joe Mixon, 25 carries. That's a lot of totes, 3.2 a pop. We don't expect more than that from Mixon. He's very pedestrian as well. Joe Burrow, 4 rushes for 7 yards. His calf looks pretty good. Jamar Chase, 15 catches, 192 and 3 tutties. Appreciate you, my guy Jamar Chase popping back. And dare I hit the pancake stack button right now.
The stack above all stacks. It's time to drop the pancake emojis in the live chat.
Can you drop a pancake emoji in the live chat, if you will? 440 of you in here. Drop that Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase pancake stack. Chase had a day. Chase was unbelievable. Chase is a monster. Chase saved a lot of fantasy weeks, and everybody should be absolutely thrilled. If you still held on to Joe Burrow, you didn't give up on Joe Burrow, you didn't give up on Jamar Chase, and you have yourself a W today because you stuck to your guns. Congratulations to every one of you that has this pancake stack. Absolute beauty, absolute glory, absolute phenomenal play out of this Bengal offense. And then if we gander on over to, let's say, let's go to that first game earlier in the day, the Jaguar game, because look, we had a lot of people doubting Ridley. Ridley came in strong. We had a lot of people doubting ETN. ETN looks like fire. ETN to the freaking moon. My advice to making sure you get Tank Bigsby couldn't apply more, because the offense is back in line. It's tuned up. It's ready to go. It's well oiled. And if anything happened to ETN, Bigsby would walk you into the playoffs. Okay? This is a must-grab handcuff situation. It's absolutely phenomenal. ETN 26 totes for 136 and 2 touchdowns. He also pulled in 4 receptions for 48 yards. 48 yards. Unbelievable. ETN to the freaking moon. Calvin Ridley said, "You think I'm washed? You think I'm washed? How about this line? 7 receptions for 22 yards. Calvin Ridley to the moon." Unbelievable day today. Unbelievable day for some of the moon men, some of the doubted, some of the ignored, some of the neglected, some of the traded away. We had ourselves a day today, ladies and gentlemen. Chase, Burrow, Hall, Pickens, Kelsey, the gauntlet. Disappointing injuries, of course. We'll talk about that. But let's have one more round of applause for the absolute monsters. Oh, and I'm sorry. I forgot about our show fave right now. Here, look at me. Look how disrespectful I am right now. Let me head on over to that Miami Dolphin game, where we'll first give Tyreek Hill a round of applause and Tua for having a nice day today. Let's go ahead and go to the box score here, Bobby, and let's punch this one right here. Dolphins. Let's start off with Tua and say Tua. 2 TDs, 2 INTs, 308 yards. Not a bad day. And let's go to Tyreek Hill real quick. 8 catches, 181 and 1 touchdown. Then our boy, our man, the man of the show, the mascot of the show, the definition of a moon man and a Mars man and a space man, I give you Devon Achane, 11 carries, 151, and 1 touchdown, and 1 reception for 14 yards. I mean, he's a top 5 running back. He's a top 5 running back. Anybody disagrees can let me know when the phone line's open. I'd be glad to talk to you about it. Devon Achane is an 11 carry, 151 and a touchdown monster. And you could say things like, oh, he can't do that every week. Well, we're seeing it every week. And I'm going to hear the same thing from Breece Hall. Disappointing Breece Hall people that traded him away, or now they're mad at him, or people that say, oh, it's the Broncos. We're going to hear it's the Broncos all week. So get prepared. Let me give you your ammunition, okay? Enjoy the show. Get your popcorn ready. Breece Hall got 22 carries. Breece Hall got 22 carries. They're taking the training wheels off, and they're unlocking this man. That's why he had an explosion. It's not just because it's the Denver Broncos. Breece Hall did this in week 1. Everybody forgets his 100-plus yards in week number 1. Everybody forgets that Breece Hall has now been unlocked. Breece Hall to the freaking moon. The Jets won, which is also a very, very, very nice thing because, I don't know, maybe somehow, some way, Aaron Rodgers does come back early. And I know it's crazy. It's weird. It's out of the ordinary. And I know a lot of you say, Smitty, you're totally against Achilles tears, not for anybody but running backs. I've always made that abundantly clear that, you can do crazy things with an Achilles recovery if you're not a running back and you need that explosion to hit the hole, like elevator doors closing. If you have that you don't have that quickness, and it takes a while to get that back. Quarterback doesn't necessarily need that. Aaron Rodgers is doing some weird things. He's doing some weird therapies. And I don't know. Let's say the Jets linger. If they linger, it's possible Aaron Rodgers comes back way before anybody thinks he can. And I'm not saying anything right now. I'm just saying I'm hopeful that the Jets can get some wins. The defense is so good. The running game is amazing. Breece Hall's amazing.
Breece Hall is 8 foot tall. He will always answer the mother freaking call. Don't let him fall. In the third, don't stall. Just give Batman the freaking football.
He's Breece. He's Breece.
He does a whole of a job. A whole of a job. A whole of a job.
Breece Hall, please report to the moon. Get Breece.
He does a hell of a job. I don't want to get into the Aaron Rodgers thing because there's going to be a lot of people that are just going to be, you can't come back. He's not coming back. Whatever. We don't know. We know he's going to try. And all I'm saying is if this team's in the hunt at all, and let's say in week number, who knows? I don't even want to go there. I'm just hopeful that they're staying afloat, and we'll see what happens. But Breece Hall absolutely looks glorious. He can break any run house at any moment. Devon Achane can break any carry, any reception house at any moment. And I'm super ecstatic for everybody that has all these guys on the screen. Let's hit the pancake stack one more time. Drop some pancake emojis for me, please.
The stack above all stacks. It's time to drop the pancake emojis in the live chat.
So, anyway, yeah, Garrett Wilson is kind of a disappointment at this point in time because, as said in the chat, they have a top 5 wide receiver and they don't use him. They don't use him properly, that's for sure. Niners are getting ready to play football against the Cowboys right now. That's going to be an entertaining game, a very interesting game. Let me see if there's any other stats I want to go over real quickly. Oh, I wanted to just say T-Law looked rather good. And the fact that the Jags won and they're now 3-2, it bodes really well for T-Law. And so T-Law being somebody that everybody's been doubting comes in with a 315-yard game and a touchdown. Not the best game in the whole wide world, but 7 rushes for 31 yards. It's kind of like he had a touchdown and a half in a way. And honestly, there was another touchdown or two he easily could have had. And I know we keep playing that game over and over. I'm watching Breece Hall highlights right here. 70-plus yard run by Breece Hall. He's so quick. They can't catch him. They can't close in on him. He's fast. He's speedy. He's unbelievable. He's Breece Hall. He can do anything. He's Breece Hall. He's 8 feet tall. But Ridley's back, ETN's back, Trevor Lawrence is back, and I think Trevor Lawrence only gets better. All you Ridley doubters out there, you should be ashamed of yourself. You Ridley doubting Donnies. Oh, Ridley's not explosive. What's up with Ridley? Hey, Smitty, should I play Ridley in my flex? You don't deserve Ridley. If you're talking about Ridley playing in your flex, you don't deserve him. And I honestly, we need a Ridley card that we need to take away. You don't deserve him. I'm taking away your Ridley card. You don't have to have him on your team if it's that difficult for you to decide to play him. But Smitty, do I start Ridley or do I start Michael Wilson on the Cardinals? I heard some of the dumbest questions, not from you guys, from other comments. Everyone watching right now is a genius. Achan is a genius. Achan to the moon. Breece Hall to the moon. Every single one of you watching to the moon. Today was a great day. Today was probably the best day of football we've had. I don't know, definitely this year, but I can't even remember a week, even last year, where everything felt like, aside from a couple things, came together, and it was amazingness all over the place. So, congrats to everybody who had great weeks. And look, let's start off with the week was amazing to begin with. Justin Fields, 4 tutties. I mean, come on. The week was amazing. Let's go revisit that line. Just because it was so long ago at this point, we get to talk about it. We get to show it. We get to showcase it. It is a part of week number 5. Justin Fields, 4 touchdowns, 282, only 57 rushing yards. 57 rushing yards is good, but he hasn't done anything on the ground yet. He hasn't run for touchdowns. He hasn't done anything. Imagine when Justin Fields runs for touchdowns. Caleb, welcome to the YouTube exclusive membership, Caleb.
To the moon.
That's not complaining, Caleb. That is a different Caleb. That's Caleb the Great. Caleb, appreciate you. DJ Moore, 8 receptions, 230, and 3 touchdowns. Now, Khalil Herbert has a high ankle sprain. It was reported this morning. There's talk about putting Khalil Herbert on IR, which means Roschon Johnson is a must-grab. He's got to clear the protocol, but he's got an extended amount of time to do so I fully believe he will. And if Roschon Johnson starts week number 6 on, we're talking about a guy that could potentially take over as the lead dog in an improving offense that's back, that's doing things, that's moving the football. Look at the yards per carry for Khalil Herbert, 7.6. He's done this before. Khalil Herbert's a monster, and if he gets cut, you should pick him up. But what a freaking week. What a freaking week. One more round of applause, then we go to super chats and phone calls. I'm feeling like maybe I need to put in a pump tonight. Put a couple reps in. We'll see if anybody drops a 20. Your boys feeling spry. First super chat of the day gets a standing O from Lucas. Lucas? Standing ovation from my boy Lucas. Lucas says, just told my opponent to get Breece. Thank you, bro. Thank you, Lucas. Good job. Way to stick to your guns. The team's coming around. I'm so excited for all of you that had success today. I guess I was wrong on JT versus Moss. Hey, we all were wrong on JT versus Moss. You can't blame yourself on that. No one could have seen Moss doing what he was going to do the day JT gets inserted in to share carries with him. That was something that no one could see coming. If you had Moss as a desperate flex play, congrats, but you are not the only one, I promise you, that sat Zach Moss. And people ask me about Zach Moss, and I'm like, why are you going to start Zach Moss now that JT's coming back and Zach Moss didn't do very well the week prior? It's not your fault, bro. Breece to the moon, Burrow to the moon, Chase to the moon, Achan to the moon. We are the best community out there. Let's go, says Kilpatrick. Unbelievable. That's quite a lot of players you got there, bro. Kilpatrick, that's phenomenal, bro. Clayton, you're live. You got 30 seconds, Clayton, because I'm in the middle of doing
dude,
super.
I just wanted to say congratulations, man. The Moon Man list, it was a Moon Man week. I'm just so proud of you and the squad. You got my teams winning. I went 4-0 this week with a team hitting 230 points before even tonight, and I have Aaron Jones. Thanks, dude.
Awesome job, bro. Awesome job. Appreciate you. Who was your biggest scorer? What was your team? What was your big team? Name it off real quick. The roster.
So, yeah, man, I got to pull it up. But obviously, I had Jamar Chase. Give me one moment. Where you at? Come here.
Probably
All
Fields.
right, I had Jamar Chase, and I had DJ Moore, and I had Dallas Goedert, and yeah, man, Joe Burrow. Come on.
Nice job.
Just everyone went off. It was
nice
insane.
job. To the moon. All right. Thanks, Clayton. Appreciate you calling in. Call back when the phone lines are open. We'll talk more about your teams. All right, later.
Thanks.
Unbelievable to hear some of your victory lap stories, guys. Unbelievable day. Had to drop one, Flowers or Tank Dell for Roschon. Have to drop one. Look, Flowers and Dell are pretty similar. They're the same, cut from the same cloth, bro. I would say. By the way, we're about to get a new family member today. Miss Smitty's going to look at some dogs. And I have a feeling she's coming home with one. So we may have a mascot here very soon. And I guess I could ask Miss Smitty, the biggest super chatter of the... If someone drops the biggest super chat of all time, maybe I'll let you name them. Maybe you can name the dog. We'll have to see. Right now, the biggest super chat is Garrett, who has a $600 super chat. I can't. No one drop it yet or anything like that. Maybe I can ask Miss Smitty how much it would have cost to name our dog. That would be pretty funny. I dropped one. I have to drop one. I guess I dropped Flowers. I suppose. But bro, this is so tough. Because Tank Dell and Flowers are the same player, essentially. They really are the same player. Yeah, dropping a dog. It's I forget the name of it. It's a really cool dog. It doesn't shed. It should probably be called Breece Hall. To be honest, I mean, I don't know why we'd name it anything else. Or Pancake. Pancake Stack. Or a Moon Man. Call him Spaceman. Anyway, Tank Dell, I don't know. Chat, who does Zepeda drop? Tank Dell or Flowers? To be honest, Zepeda, I rescind my drop Flowers. Let's let the chat decide. Let's get an overwhelming amount of votes because I don't want to be responsible for you dropping two players I really deem as complete equals because I'm forcing an answer. I really am, and I don't want to do you that disservice. So let's see what the chat thinks. It's not a Labradoodle. It's I forget the name of it. I'll have to see. Let me message Miss Smitty and ask her. What's the name of the dog? What is the name of the dog? Also, how big a super chat to name it? She's probably gonna say like $5 million. How can I improve my team? Hurts, Achane, Swift, Kelsey, Laporta, Diggs, Kirk. Bench is Stroud, Walker, Amari. You got a lot of good firepower. Addison has a lot of good potential here in terms of trade, and you know he did score, right? I think Addison did score. Let me go back to that Minnesota Vikings game real quick and pull up the stats on that. I'm pretty sure he scored. Am I remembering that correctly, chat? Or did they call that back? Sometimes I see something and I roll over to something else and then it gets called back or something. Addison, yeah, 64 yards and a touchdown. So you got some trade bait there. Hurts, Achane, Swift, Kelsey, Laporta. Laporta's phenomenal. You probably had Laporta on your bench. And a lot of people had that Laporta flex question this week, and he had such a good day. And it was tempting to play him, and he did great in a flex role, even if you had another quarterback. But you have so much trade potential right now. I don't know that you actually need to exploit it right now because you got Walker coming back. You got Swift, Achane. You've got a lot of depth that a lot of people don't have. I suppose I would maybe try and trade Walker into an elite wide receiver, thinking along the lines of a Ridley plus something maybe. St. Brown's risky, but you could explore that, but that's risky right now. Cooper Kupp using a Walker and Gabe Davis. You might Addison and Walker for Cooper Kupp. You might get something like that pulled off. I think Devontae Smith will be a very good buy low this week. I know a lot of people were disappointed in Devontae Smith. Let me pull up Devontae Smith in that situation here. So hold on one second. Let me grab this box score. Eagles. Devontae Smith, 1 catch for 6 yards. Look, there's downside to going after a player that's in a slump like this, but there's tremendous upside to buy low. So it depends on what you can get him for. Do I know when he'll bounce back or what's happening or how healthy he'll be next week or whatever the hell is going on? I don't know yet. I don't know, but I do know he'll be on my buy low list. Mark from Irvine, you have 30 seconds, pal.
Hey, Smitty.
Yep.
Smitty, man, I should have played Pickens over London. Oh,
yeah,
gracious me.
Yeah, trust your gut. I'm not going to hit everything, bro. We had a phenomenal day. There are a couple things that obviously.
It's all.
Yeah. But
it's all good. I'm busting your balls, man. I did well. But hey, moving forward, can we play Warren over Stevenson? What are you thinking?
Let's wait on that one. Let's feel that one out throughout the week and see what we're feeling on Stevenson. We might hear some bad things. We might hear some good things on Warren. Warren's definitely got a lot of upside and appeal. That's why he was on the list of guys we talked about this morning. Spears looked really good. Roshan's going to be a potential league winner. Bigsby, I stand 1,000% by that. Bigsby has some of the best league-winning potential out of any running back out there, as does Zach Charbonnet. And as I said this morning, those have nothing to do with my absolute belief in both the starters ahead of them. It has to do with the belief of the system and what they would do if they got injected into that lineup. And the fact that Etienne blew up today even more hammers home the point that if Bigsby got in there with the offense churning out yards and production, Bigsby would be to the moon. So Stevenson's definitely one of those players. So you need to make sure. I'm sorry, Stevenson. Jaylen Warren is definitely one of those players. So you got to make sure he's not out there if anybody's watching right now and he's on the waiver wire. Yeah, but anyway. Hey, call in when the phone line's open. Appreciate you. And this one right here, this one right here from who's this? Ninja, you got 30 seconds.
All right, cool. What's going on, yo? So I have A-Chain, and the CMC manager is interested. Should I maybe trade, just do just one swap like that, or should I just keep A-Chain?
Okay, so trade A-Chain for an unknown player. I mean, what am I doing?
No, for CMC.
Oh, I didn't hear you say that.
Sorry, sir. CMC.
Yeah. No. Would I take CMC over A-Chain? Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, because he was joking around. He's like, "I'll trade my entire team for A-Chain."
I don't think he will. I think he's trolling you.
Yeah, nah. But okay, perfect. All right.
Hey, go send the offer. Come back and tell us how it works out. All right, appreciate you, pal. Call back when the phone lines are open. All right. Even Mr. Smitty, Mr. A-Chan himself knows when to sell. Okay. How can I improve my team? This team, again, very good. Upgrading Kirk using the probably Amari Cooper, Gabe Davis, Kirk for one player. You could probably go get Devontae Smith without touching Walker or anything else. That might be what I do, bro. I think that might be the easiest trade, Manny, without having to tear down anything. Really, keep a lot of your depth and go buy low on a guy that probably the Devontae Smith owner is probably like, I'll get rid of him for anything. You say, I'll give you Amari Cooper. And a lot of people might not even do that. I would. Or go after Olave, who kind of disappointed his owners. Go after A.J. Brown. Lamar, Stroud, Henry, Achane, Ford, Warren, Charbonnet, Spears, Debo, Waddle, Olave, Gabe Davis, Pitts, Hunter. Please help. I'm 2-3. Good job on getting to 2-3. You've got Stroud and Lamar are hard to decide between, but I think I still start Lamar for now. Stroud looks really good, but he didn't exactly blow up fantasy-wise, but he did well in the game. I'd probably still start Lamar despite Lamar's bad game. On most weeks I would. Achane, Derrick Henry, you got to get rid of. I don't know if it's even possible anymore. You got to almost go across position, which is difficult for your team because you need an RB, and I understand that. But I just don't know. I just don't know what you can do with Henry. Can you even go get somebody that has any sort of value or upside at this point. I don't know. Like, I don't think Henry's tradable. You know? Let's go to Henry's stat line. The problem is Spears looks like he's going to get like half the work moving forward. Henry, what I expected to happen to Henry last year is happening this year. I was a year early on jumping, but sometimes that's the nature of trying to get out of something before it crashes. And, you know, but Henry, 43 yards on 13 carries, 3.3 yards per carry. He had 13 catches for 19 yards. He's just pedestrian. And Tajay Spears had almost the same amount of rushing yards on like half of the attempts, and he had a touchdown. And he just looks so much more explosive. I don't know what you can do other than almost ride that train out. You know what I'm saying? Like, make sure you have Spears, you do, and just at least know you've cuffed it. And you got Achane. Maybe going after Mostert in some very small trade might be smart for you. But you've got a really good team. And I know that it doesn't feel that way because you're 2-3. But Debo, Waddle, Olave, Achane, and Lamar is pretty solid. So I don't know. Does anybody have any running back suggestions for Laughlin that he could go after using Henry? Players that might be a little cheaper than they should be. I mean, I'll look at the list of players right now and running backs out there and just see if I can come up with anything. Like, even a Najee's like just as risky. I almost say like keep Henry and Spears together versus something like that. But it's tough. It's tough to say. Like, if I look at these listed teams right here in the NFL and just try and spark up, or let me actually look at a set of rankings real quick. I'll pull up a set of rankings and see if there's an RB I can even come up with that I feel like would be a good choice for Henry, because I don't think anybody's going to trade for him. But there's probably a doubted RB out there somewhere. Guys, throw out a couple names. Monty for no one's giving you Monty, bro. For Henry, Gibbs in a piece. I mean, you could go that route. Let's see here. Let me look at the fantasyfootballshow.com rankings, where you can find all my rankings, bold predictions, text advice, everything. And if I look at the RB list and I try and gander on this thing and say, what RB's doubted? Aaron Jones. Maybe Aaron Jones, depending on how Aaron Jones does too, if he's banged up. Barkley. I had a guy in my comments say, how could you tell somebody to go get Barkley in a question when you kept telling everybody the whole show to trade Barkley? Because there's different vantage points. Barkley's injured right now. Maybe the person that owns Barkley would do a deal right this very second for Henry. That's probably the best name I could come up with. Pacheco straight up, maybe. Stevenson, maybe you do take a gamble on Stevenson. Another player that you could have got Breece Hall potentially, but that ship has sailed. That ship has sailed. James Cook had a very bad game. Maybe you could get James Cook in a piece. Pacheco in a piece, or Pacheco straight up. Dameon Pierce in a piece, as mentioned. Those are all potential ideas, I guess, that I would conjure up, but I don't know that it's going to be a very easy maneuver, my guy. I'm just going to let you know up front. But those are some pieces that I can at least guide you toward. And look at the chat; they're coming up with some good stuff. Aaron Jones, thank you, laughing. PPR down 17. I have Christian Watson, Aaron Jones, and Moody. Opponent has what? K? Carlson has kicker Carlson left. Do I win? I think you do. I think you got a lot of potential here. Started 0-3, now potential 2-3. Fields and Spears to the moon. Let's go, bro. Let's go. Thomas, appreciate you coming in strong with your super chats lately and everything you do, bro. You're an absolute amazing supporter, and we're glad to have you here in the family. Thomas to the moon. Thomas to the freaking moon. Love my boy Thomas. Where's all the naysayers at now, Smitty? Crickets, thank you, Slayer. Appreciate you being here. And what a great day. It does feel great, I got to admit. Caleb coming in with a $10 hauler. Caleb, I think, also joined. I think that's the same Caleb, joined the YouTube exclusive membership. Caleb, hold on, Caleb. We've got $20 haulers. Russian collusion, and then I got Green Empire coming in. Russian, I'm sorry, I just saw this one. Russian, are you here? Russian collusion, are you here? Thank you for the $20 hauler. I got to get a pump in. Every time someone drops a $20 hauler, I'm doing 10 curls.
Alert. Super chat alert. Alert. Super chat alert.
9, 10. Breece Hall can do it. I can do it. Okay. Woo. Getting a pump in already. Russian Collusion says, I am going to start calling you Smith TD because everyone on the Moon Man and Mars Man, all they do is score TDs. Not yet. Let's not get too carried away, but I appreciate it. Today was a great day, but we still got a long way to go. Russian, I can't thank you enough. You're an amazing subscriber and follower and part of this family. We got another $20 hauler from Green Empire Lawn Care. If you need your lawn done, okay, $20 hauler, Green Empire. Green Empire wants me to get a pump in.
Alert. Super chat alert. Alert. Super chat alert.
9 and 10. Thank you, Green Empire, for helping Smitty get ripped. By Halloween, I'm going to be swole. You guys are barely going to recognize me. I got to turn the fan on. Just improved my team to 2-3 this week. Got Goff. Goff did great. I apologize to anybody I didn't say Goff to when they gave me their quarterback dilemma, and Goff was in it. Garrett Wilson, Waddle was welcome back. Waddle
to the moon.
I think Waddle's a good choice moving forward if anybody wants to trade for a wide receiver. Achan, JT will be back. Zach Moss is not taking over the entire backfield, but Zach Moss did have a good game. And that's another one that some people had questions on. And if I didn't scream Zach Moss's name when you said, who should I start between Zach Moss and JT? I apologize for that one. Those are hard to see coming, you know. Kelsey, flex, nice job. Breece Hall, flex. Calvin Ridley on the in the flex spot. Congratulations, what a team. That's why you're winning, my guy. Thielen bench. Madison, Hollywood. Look, Hollywood and Madison have some good trade value at this moment. Not great trade value, but Madison scored. I'd probably sell him. Hollywood scored. I'd probably sell him. I don't think he's horrible. Lamar on the bench. Great start on Goff over Lamar. That's a fantastic GM move. You got a good squad. Not much to really, I think, take advantage right now unless you want to trade one of your quarterbacks to the QB needy team that watch Goff go off and then you put Lamar back in your lineup. That might be it. Caleb, thank you again. Caleb says, Smitty, I had a bunch of offers out today and traded my ETN, Hollywood Brown, and Komet for Cup. I don't hate that trade. Look, ETN was fantastic, but so was Cup, and Cup's only going to get better. So I think, I don't think this is a bad move. I think at the end of the day, you both got amazing players, and I think some people would rather have Cup, some people would rather have ETN. I don't think that's bad. I have Hall and Connor as RBs and still have JJ Adams at wide receiver. I really hope JJ's not injured badly, Caleb. I got a $50 hauler coming in strong. Hold on a second, Rock Out. Rock Out, mute if you could. I hear a little background noise. Just mute real quick. I'm going to come back to you in a second. Thomas with a $50 wad.
Alert. Super chat alert. Alert. Super chat alert.
9 and 10. Thomas, I'm going to have to owe you 10 in a second. I'm going to read your super chat, then I'm going to do the 10. And Miss Smitty's asking if she should really go get the dog or not. I don't know. Sure. Sure. It's a Schnauzer. How much to name him? It's a Schnauzer. Schnauzers are really cool looking dogs. They're kind of small. He doesn't shed, so he might be able to come in. They could even set him up here or something like that once in a while. I think we've got another Thomas impersonator. I guess I should start going by Spags. Don't forget who the true OG is. I think it's been 3+ years now. Thomas is a little offended by the other Thomas. Look, you're both special in your own way. You both have been here a while. Spags, maybe just rename yourself, and then that way no one else has that name. Spags, appreciate you. Spags to the freaking moon. Here goes the other set.
Alert. Super chat alert. Alert. Super chat alert.
Oh, I'm slowing down. 9. I'm slowing down. 10. Oh. I'm getting swole. I can feel it already. Appreciate you, Spags, for dropping that. Spags is catchy. Let's roll with Spags. Caleb, thank you for your super chat. Gibbs, Wilson trade for Jamar, all-time fleece. Absolutely, Max. You got him.
Got him.
Anybody that kept Chase and Burrow through and through, you deserve a freaking standing ovation. Anybody that kept Chase and Burrow deserves to go to the moon.
To the moon.
That's what you call resolve. That's what you call being determined and not swayed. Mashed potato, great call on Rice, my boy. Chase, I remember the Rice question. I'm so glad Rice got a touchdown for you. Tua, Cheetah, feasted. Breece, lightning. Still got Watson and CMC to play, looking at 170 points. Woo! Woo! Chase to the moon. Chase, thank you for the super chat, young man. Carlton, Hall, Chase, Hill, and Puka took me to 188 this week. Walker on the bye week. Let's go. I mean, good Lord, people. You guys are having 170, 200-point weeks here. Mad, Skrilla, Fields, HM, Monty, Tyreek, Chase, Breece, 1 and 4. 4 and 1. 4 and 1. Nice job, Mad, Skrilla. Unbelievable. Look at all these victory laps in here today. Jeez. Unbelievable. Have Kelsey traded Laporta and Christian Watson. Have Kelsey traded Laporta for Christian Watson. Yeah, look, let's see what happens tomorrow night. But I definitely think, Laporta could maybe get you more right now after this game. But if you did that beforehand, you couldn't have known. If you did it after, I think maybe you could have got a tab more based on what Laporta just did. But I don't think at the end of the day this is going to be a bad trade. I love Christian Watson, so I'm not going to tell you made a mistake. Thanks for all that you do. Appreciate you. Deckard to the moon. Deckard, how you doing lately, Deckard? Appreciate you, man. Trade DJ Moore and McLaughlin for Bijan and Devonta Smith. Deckard, how's everything? Can you update us on that if you don't mind? If you don't care, don't talk about it. Traded DJ Moore and McLaughlin for Bijan and Devonta Smith. Or Addison. First of all, I'm taking Devonta Smith over Addison. I don't care what happened today. Bijan did score. Bijan is being grossly misused. I do have to say I was very disappointed in how Bijan was run today. The fact that he scored was amazing. His touchdown catch was remarkable. He has 2 touchdowns so far in 5 weeks, which is not what we wanted. I don't feel like pressing the button right now that says all he does is score touchdowns because I don't think he's earned that yet. We will be pressing that button the moment he has a 2 or 3 TD touchdown game with 100 yards rushing or something like that. I do believe trading for him in the low is a good idea. I would take Devonta Smith and Bijan in a heartbeat over DJ Moore, and that's because you already got the DJ Moore points. DJ Moore's not getting you 200 yards and 3 touchdowns every week. I think this is a good move. Unless you look at your team, Bleeze, and you say to yourself, I can't win. Like if you say, or I can win. If you can win with DJ Moore and you look like the best team, why fix what isn't broken? But if you literally feel like you're not the best team in the league, this is a good move. It's everybody's going to be living in the moment. There is a reason to go and get a player like Devonta Smith with Bijan for a player popping off. If DJ Moore goes out and has 40 yards next week and that's it, everyone and their mother is going to write him off like he's nothing. So don't live too much in the moment and make sure you take advantage of what you can. Start Jahmyr Gibbs or Breece Hall next week. Come on, bro. Come on, Spags. Breece startable against Philly. I know that we're scared about the matchups, but bro, we've learned all year long that matchups shouldn't make you sit a guy like Breece Hall. Always start your studs. We don't even know if Gibbs is going to play. So go Breece Hall. Breece Hall to the moon.
To the moon.
Get Breece. Get Breece.
Get Breece.
Not even a debate. Appreciate you, Spags. Spags to the moon. We got another $20 hauler from George. George is wanting me to get a set in real quick, is what he said.
Alert. Super chat alert.
$20 super chat. $20 super chat.
Alert. Super chat alert.
8, 9, don't pop. I hope nothing pops. 10. Thank you for the $20 hauler and the motivation to get a pump in. Georgie boy says 10-team PPR beat the DJ Moore owner by 9 points. Even AR went down. Monty, Swift, Chase, Olave, Laporta, Ridley, Achane, benches, T-Law, Ramondre. Nice job. Trying to upgrade at QB. Burrow's no longer a buy low. Lamar is. Tua still might be a buy low. Mahomes is a buy low. Hurts is probably not as much of a buy low, but still attainable. Josh Allen might be a little bit of a buy low, even though people aren't that fickle. People are fickle, but not that fickle. But you could try. I just don't know. You got to wait on AR. I think AR is really good, bro. But if AR is coming back and you just want out, you could trade AR and potentially... you could trade AR and Addison for Tua. That could be a crafty move. Burrow is no longer attainable, but I would go after Mahomes. Would I trade AR and Ramondre for Mahomes or Hurts or Josh Allen? Absolutely. You bet your bottom dollar I would, George. George, I'd probably go in that direction. Thank you, Spags, for the super chat. By the way, again, start Breece Hall. He's 8 foot tall, bro. I have Musgrave, Watson, Reed tonight. Start 2. Well, Watson. Watson and they're not playing tonight, but Watson and probably I'd say Reed. Watson or Reed. Luke. Help. 12 team. 2-3. Hurts, Saquon, Kyron, JT, Devontae, Christian Watson, Garrett Wilson, Jordan Addison, Dell, Andrews, Musgrave. You got to get rid of Saquon, my man. JT and Kyron are going to come through for you. And Devontae, Adams, and Christian Watson maybe need a friend. And so you trade away... Maybe you trade away Saquon for the best wide receiver you can get. Olave, Cooper Kupp, Devontae Smith in a piece, Ridley, St. Brown maybe and a piece because he's injured. You can maybe get more. I wouldn't just do it straight up in case there is some risk. That's probably my move, bro. There's nothing else to do. Saquon is too risky, I think, moving forward. And I would definitely get rid of him. Thank you, Smitty. Thank you, chat. Henry will be dealt. Thank you, Laughing. I hope you can figure out a way. Just don't sell him too cheap off of this. Like, you got to sell him. Like, don't come back and go, I got Dameon Pierce. Like, straight up. You need Dameon Pierce in a big piece. So, like, please come back and ask us before you accept something. 2-2, full PPR. Hurts, Achane, Breece, Javonte, JJ, JT, Watson, Gabe Davis, Tank. Very good team. Traded... Let's see. Hunter Henry traded away Pollard, Andrews, and Puka. Got Swift, St. Brown, and Kelsey before the game. Pollard, Andrews, and Puka. That's pretty even. And you didn't know, maybe you did know St. Brown wasn't going to play and you decided to take the gamble. I think if St. Brown's okay, you could easily win that trade. $10 hauler, by the way. But if St. Brown's, let's say, out for 4 weeks and something, and the rumors of hernia are true, which I think are all rumors, then, you could be potentially hurting a little bit until he comes back. But I think it's a good trade, bro. I think at the end of the day, Kelsey looks great. Andrews looks spotty. Puka's fantastic. So is Swift. St. Brown should be absolute glory, once he gets back on the field, which I do believe will be next week. Is Jonnu Smith worth a roster spot? Depends on what you're dealing with. What are the alternatives? Of course, he's worth it in the most dire need. But is like a Logan Thomas better? Probably. A Musgrave? Probably. Superflex League: Fields, Chase, Goff, Breece, Swift, 219 points, and no Amon-Ra. 5-0. Get Breeced.
Get Breece.
Unbelievable. Miss Smitty says, I don't know how much a super chat have to be, but she says she gets veto powers in case it's really bad. So we'll wait till we get him. When we get him here and we put him on here, we'll do a little like highest super chat gets to name him. Something like that. Superflex Fields. This is a great team. 219 points. Absolute glory, bro. Way to go. With no Amon-Ra, you dropped a load all over. Who to drop for bye week quarterback? Moss, Jacoby Myers, or Garrett Wilson? 0.25. 6 points per TD. Who to drop for a bye week quarterback? Moss. You can't drop Moss after that week. You can't drop Garrett Wilson. Come on. Myers. You got to drop Myers. In that situation, you have to drop Myers. I'm not saying like if he has a good game tomorrow night that you won't rethink it or something and figure something else out, but no. All I want to say is Breece Hall is definitely 8 feet tall.
Breece Hall is 8 foot tall. He will always answer the mother freaking call. Don't let him fall. In the third, don't stall. Just give Batman the freaking football.
He's Breece. He's Breece.
He does a hell of a job. A hell of a job. A hell of a job.
Appreciate you all. Chester, thank you for the super chat. You guys absolutely rock. Mr. T with a super, Slayer with a super, and Al with a super. Let me put all three of these on screen right here, and that way I'll be caught up. These are the final 3 super chats. We might open the phone lines in a second. We've got a couple comments. I'll drag some of the comments on screen. Smitty playing with fire, says Blake. I don't know what that means, Blake. I'm not sure if that's you talking about Breece Hall or what, but appreciate you. Can us members get he's 8 foot tall emoji? We do have a Breece emoji, but maybe we do get an 8 foot tall emoji. Let's make sure we're not too amped up yet. Let's let the Jets figure some things out too, because I'm afraid that the offense is going to hamper them a little bit here and there, and we're going to be disappointed some weeks. I have a QB, love Burrow, wide receivers Hill, Sutton, Adams, Mims, running backs Hall, ETN, Swift. You had a day. Laporta, you had a day. Any way I can make improvements 3 and 2. I mean, it's all coming together for you. Burrow, Hill, Adams. I mean, would I trade Adams into 2 players like a Devontae Smith and another player like some sort of running back that's underrated or something? I would consider something like that. Adams, that would be the only move here. I like everything else. Sanders and Adams for like maybe an Olave or a St. Brown and another player. You know what I'm saying? Like that would be a phenomenal potential. 2 players turning into 1 player turning into 2. Or if you include Sanders, you get a 2 for 2 going. Hurts, Swift, HN, Chase, Ridley, Laporta, Watson, K9, Sharps, Pickens, T-Law, Roshan, Algier. How are we looking rest of season trade suggestions? Hurts, Swift, HN, Chase, Ridley, Laporta, Watson, K9. This is a really good team. So Ridley, Chase, HN, Swift, Hurt. Like I don't know that I want you to even really trade anything. You've got a lot of good players. Roshan might get into the mix here real soon if he passes the concussion protocol, and he's got extra time because it happened on a Thursday. So I mean, you're gonna have a lot of trade power lately. As of this moment, I'm holding. I would be tempted to go get Eckler using K9 just because I feel like it's such a powerful move, and I think with Mike Williams out, they're gonna throw to Eckler even more. But past that, I mean, still love K9. I don't want anybody to think I don't love K9. It's just there's some power moves you can make right now with the buy low season still in effect. But, that team's phenomenal. I don't think that team needs anything, to be honest with you, bro. I don't think it needs a single thing. I need Ayuk to torch Dallas, says Marky. Appreciate you, Marky Mark, with the super or the chat, the regular chat. I'm going to go to the regular chat and thank some of you and get some of your comments on screen. Lamb but inside a lion. Lamb but inside a lion. I don't know what that means. Big O says, let's go Niners. Superfish says Ayuk. Purdy, Debo, Ayuk says Big O. Jets winning without G. Willie going off, setting plans back. I won some off of it's a nice consolation prize. Yeah, hopefully they start using them. I don't know. Roshan time. Let's go, Daniel. Let's hope it's big Roshan time. Big Roshan, baby. Ayuk with the first down. Ayuk with the first down. All right, hit me with some phone calls. Call into the phone line brought to you by right now until somebody knocks them off with the highest super chatter of the month. The highest super chat of the month, Ron Navy. Call into the phone line brought to you, sponsored by Ron Navy.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
A $100 super chat will replace Ron Navy, and it'll be your phone line until further notice. Dial into the phone line. We got 30-second calls only. I don't know how long we'll be here because the game just started, and I definitely want to check some of that out. Also have an incoming dog, apparently. I might have to FaceTime. Did Debo fumble that football? Hopefully Debo didn't. There's a flag on the play. Marsman Rock Out. Marsman Rock Out. I forgot you were still there, bro. I'm so sorry. Marsman Rock Out on the phone. I told him to mute like 10 minutes ago, bro. I'm so sorry. No, 17 minutes ago. Rock Out. I'm so sorry. Rock Out. Rock Out to the moon. I know you're probably listening to the show anyway, so I'm sure it just kind of felt like you were. But anyway, I'm sorry, Rock Out. 17 minutes on hold. What can I do for you? No timer for you.
Yeah, first of all, need to take a lap for not playing Burrow.
Who'd you play?
I got Jordan Love tomorrow.
Well, maybe Jordan Love has a 3 or 4 TD game, so don't feel like you missed yet. Jordan Love's averaging. He's on pace for 40 plus touchdowns on the year total, like with rushing and passing. So don't count him out yet. But how did you do? Do you still have a shot at winning your week?
I'm down a lot, but I got like 4 people tonight, and then Love and Romeo tomorrow.
Yeah. Let me hit this super chat here. $20 set. 1 second. Rock Out.
Alert. Super chat alert. Alert. Super chat alert.
8, 9. I can't even get him in time. I wish my song was just about 3 seconds longer. All right, Rock Out. What can I do for you? Oh, Brian says, Smitty to the moon. Get that set in. My guy traded Diggs and Madison for Breece and Chase. Get Breece. That's unbelievable. Breece and Chase for Diggs and Madison. You smashed it, bro.
Got him.
That's a great trade. What can I do for you, Rock Out?
We think about St. Brown like the next couple of weeks.
I don't know. There's a lot of rumors, but there's nothing substantiating the rumors. And the rumors, there's a touchdown George Kittle from Brock Purdy. Boom. Niners score. There's a lot of like Twitter rumors. That's it. There's nothing else. No news source. Nothing talking about this abdominal being like a hernia or something significant. So we just gotta wait. And keep in mind that it was talked about earlier in the week as not being that big of a deal. It was very downplayed. So it kind of sprung up. I don't know if something happened. I don't know if maybe they did a test and something revealed something, but sometimes people are tight-lipped about this stuff. We didn't hear about Najee Harris's Liz Frank injury until after he healed from it, which was ridiculous. But that's the way it works sometimes in the NFL news world. But I do believe I'm not scared to trade for him. I'm not scared to hold him. But that's the nature of fantasy football, man. There's risks, there's pros and cons, and I just think buying him with a piece right now might be attainable, like a doable thing. And you can, with that side piece you get with St. Brown, maybe protects you if, let's say, something goes awry. You know, example, Christian Watson. I'm not saying you get Christian Watson after Monday because he could go off, but another player that you could maybe get, like if you were to get, let's say you were to trade DJ Moore for Devontae Smith I'm trying to think of a wide receiver. Like DJ Moore for Devontae Smith and like I don't know. Maybe like you're trading Zach Moss in for some sort of like Aaron Jones. like that kind of thing, you know. Or in the case of St. Brown, like if I'm trading away, let's say DJ Moore, or I'm sorry, I was supposed to use St. Brown in that, not Devontae Smith. I was thinking Devontae Smith as a buy low. You get St. Brown for DJ Moore, and you get, let's say, Devontae Smith. That's where I was going with that. And you have to give up somebody else that's doing well. Like if you could get some kind of like upgrade, I would totally take the risk on St. Brown. Sorry.
And what you're feeling on Olave from his down game, even though he got a touchdown.
Yeah, he had a score. I guess he tweaked his ankle in warm-ups or something, and so he was playing a little bit banged up. I don't think it'll be a big deal. You don't like have a high ankle sprain, go out and play a game and score a touchdown. You know, so I don't think it's necessarily like, or at least a severe high ankle sprain. He could have sprained his ankle high, but like not bad. But playing on it, you know, maybe makes it a little sore or something, but he has a whole week to play. And my guess is if he tweaked it in warm-ups and it was bad, he wouldn't have finished the game. So I'm not worried about it. I love him. I'm going and getting him.
All right, I think that's it.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, hang tight. You can put yourself on mute. Hang tight. Let me go over to Jay. Jay, what do you got, Jay?
How's it going, committee? My running backs are hot fire right now because I got all the moon men, so I'm happy. But I'm trying to figure out what to do with Garrett. Should I trade him for a guy like Olave? Should I hold?
Absolutely.
What do you think?
You're not going to get Olave for Garrett Wilson, but you could give up Garrett Wilson and something for Olave. You got to trick someone. It sucks we're there, man. It's a top 5 wide receiver we're just giving away. But we're giving him away for good reason. He's not being used. It's not his fault. You know, it is what it is. It sucks. There are a couple things that didn't go well that probably are not going to go well, you know, that we predicted or we liked on the show. One of them's Garrett Wilson. It's just like he's good. You don't cut him. You could still use him as a flex. You could still start him almost weekly in a flex or debate it at least. But he's not an elite wide receiver one until they change quarterbacks. Now, could they change quicker than we think? Yeah, things evolve very quickly. They could trade. They could sign Wentz or bring in somebody. Simeon could come in and just not be the greatest quarterback, but he could throw downfield like crazy. You know, like look at Dobbs. Dobbs is not. Nobody thought Dobbs would be any good whatsoever. Like at least in terms of starting material. Like is he a good backup quarterback? Yeah, I've always thought he had potential maybe, but Dobbs is out there throwing the ball around and just slinging it around. So we can't just assume that anybody that goes in the Jets offense is going to be garbage. Like if someone like Simeon rises up or they bring somebody in, they might not win games, but they might throw the hell out of the ball like Wentz could. So is there a chance you give away Garrett Wilson too cheaply? Yeah, so be careful not to do that. But if you're talking about getting Olave or Devontae Smith or Waddle or Debo, let's say Debo has another mediocre game, I'd take Debo in a millisecond. But that's it, man. I mean, I'm not resorting to like Michael Wilson, you know, type player who has one big game and then everybody. And I like Michael Wilson. I do. I think he's going to be a very, very good player if he gets nurtured right and has the right quarterback and the coaching. But like you can't just take 1 or 2 weeks and assume this guy's better than Garrett Wilson. So just be careful.
Yeah.
Roshan, what about Roshan, bro? What about, I mean, that's a gamble. It's a gamble, bro. It's a big gamble, but like Roshan and something for Garrett Wilson, and then what if Roshan becomes a top 12 running back? Like that's something to think about. It's definitely not like a lock by any means. I mean, nobody should be doing that if they're scared or have anxiety about such things. But Roshan could be a potential like space monster.
Would you rather have Roshan or Charbonnet, regardless of, you know, having Walker?
I think if we were told that Khalil was going on IR and Roshan passed the protocol, I would say Roshan, because you're getting immediate assistance and you're getting a test drive right now. But I still think Roshan, Bigsby, and Charbonnet and Spears, they're all kind of they're all pretty close, are the potential league winner running backs that are hiding right now in the weeds, and Roschon's kind of already rising above the weeds right now. Everybody knows he's coming. Like, he will be the most sought after pickup of we were early. He was like the week 1 pickup for me, but you know, he hasn't necessarily unfolded yet, but it's coming. It's coming. I just hope we didn't. You know what happened when St. Brown was ruled out, and we're like, oh my God, it's gonna be Gibbs season, and then Gibbs was out with his situation. It was like, son of a bitch, man. Like, just the unlucky break of Gibbs not having his ability to display anything during the one moment in time where he was going to be given an opportunity to shine in the receiving game. So I just hope we don't see Roschon like remain in the concussion protocol. He doesn't get in there. Khalil comes back earlier, and it's like son of a B. All right, hey Jay, anything else?
No, I'm good. You're the goat, Smitty. Thanks.
All right, appreciate you. Miss Smitty just sent me another text and said, if I do decide to hold a contest for his name, that it can't be an inappropriate name. Like, she has veto powers, but I don't think anybody that's dropping a big wad would say, like, you know, something crazy like I don't know, toilet or something. We're not calling him toilet, but maybe like I don't know, Rico, Breece Hall. I mean, I could name him anything like that. Okay, let's see here. What else we got? Let me hit these super chats real quick. Hunter Henry falling hard. Pick up Logan Thomas or Musgrave. I pick up Logan Thomas right now. He's getting the targets, but he is injury prone. But that's definitely probably the best player to grab right now for the tight end position. You taught me how to build a team, Smitty, by drafting, trading. Thank you, Smitty, the great. Appreciate you, Anti-Slayer. You're the best, pal.
To the moon.
To the moon you go. Slayer's been here for a long time. Trade Henry and Olave for Aaron Jones and T. Higgins. That's not it. Olave and Aaron Jones are equals, and I don't know that T. Higgins helps you anything right now. It's not the worst trade in the world, but that's probably not it. I would look for something more advantageous to you than going after a player like T. Higgins, who's no better than Derrick Henry right now because he's worse. He's off the field. Traded Ayuk, Kamara, Addison for CMC Watson. I think you absolutely crushed that person into a billion little pieces getting CMC.
Got him.
I mean, as long as CMC stays healthy. Appreciate all those super chats. And the final super chat to get caught up, at least for now. Trade Ayuk, Kamara. Oh, that was the one I just did. Thank you, Brett, for the super chat. You're the man. Let's go to Young. Young, you're live.
How we doing, Smitty? I got Love yet to play, and I'm down 20, and the other guy has Ferguson and Dobbs, so it's not looking too good for you, boy. I don't think. Maybe.
How many points down are you?
I got 111. He got 128, and I have Love yet to play tomorrow night, and he has Romeo, Dobbs, and Ferguson.
I mean, it could happen, bro. Is it 4 points per TD pass or 6? If it's 6,
I think it is 6.
You might have a shot, bro. I mean, Dobbs could have 40 yards. You know, Christian Watson could have 3 touchdowns. And if Christian Watson has 3 touchdowns, we had the best week we could have possibly ever had. Love this channel, says Jay. Jay, thank you. Jay's also, he's not on hold anymore. Jay, appreciate you. Thanks for the super chat.
And then also, Smitty, I wanted to see what you think about McLaughlin after today, man.
Looks good. He looks elusive. The problem is he's got to get the big yardage because they seem to want to use P. Ryan as well and Javonte. They're definitely a sharing committee right now, but he's elusive and quick, and I do like what I saw to McLaughlin for 2 straight weeks in a row. I can definitely concur with people if they feel like this guy's exciting enough to be like flex material. But you are running the risk of, in a committee, if he's not getting 8 yards a carry, that his 10 or 11 carries won't amount to much. But I do like him. I think he's very, very solid. I think he's got almost flex, very nice flex opportunity moving forward.
Yep, and I'm happy I hung on to Burrow too, man. Finally,
Yeah.
He's looking good too. He's coming out of that, He's waking up. So it's great to see that.
Yeah, the only leagues where I wouldn't say I gave up on him. The only leagues where I didn't keep Burrow is where I had Anthony Richardson, and I thought I have to beef up the rest of my team, and I made trades. I ended up trading away Burrow in a deal that got me Tyreek Hill. So I traded Burrow and I think Burrow and what was it? Rock out. Do you remember? Was it Burrow and Olave? I think it was Burrow and Olave for Tyreek Hill. So I didn't do a bad trade there. I didn't do a bad trade at all.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but and I that trade worked out for that owner too. I think that was Collusion. And Collusion got, two nice pieces that helped him. He needed a quarterback very badly. Burrow exploded. But the only teams where I did trade out of Burrow was in that situation where I acquired or drafted Anthony Richardson, and I wanted to beef up my team, and I didn't want to wait on Burrow because I had AR5. But now AR5's down. Hopefully I don't know if there's been any updates on AR5. But someone said name the dog Denny. Denny Dots. That would make Denny's century. Even though Denny came in and completely dogged me in my own comments, which I forgive him for, but he hasn't called since he apologized. McLaughlin does look good. Let me see if there's any news. Denny Dots would be pretty good. Anyway, Vampy with the super chat here. He says, please name the dog Denny. It's a very good suggestion, Vampy. It's a very good suggestion. How long do you think Fields can keep this up? I think you say that, Landon, as if you totally doubt him. That's a very negative way to approach it. How long can he keep this up? Like it's a ruse. How long do you think he can keep tricking everybody, Smitty? I don't agree with that statement or sentiment. I think he's what I thought he would be in week 1. It just took till week 4. I apologize for that, but this is what I thought we would see in week 1, 2, 3. So I think, could he have some ups and downs? Sure. But I think when he doesn't play as well passing the ball, we might see some of the running kick in. Yeah, AR5 killed me big time in my most important league is probably the Marsman League. And my team is phenomenal in that league. And I don't know that I'm going to be able to win this week. Let me go and see how it looks right now. Let me put my team on screen. Let me go to the Marsman League right now. I'll show you guys the Marsman League. We haven't done an update on this in a while anyway. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you guys. Thank you, Double R, for the message as well. And Double R to the moon. Appreciate Double R. Oh, what did Double R say? I don't know if I even read that one. What did Double R say right here? Oh, yeah. AR killed me. Thank you, Landon, for the super chat. Appreciate you. So, I have 1% chance of winning. I have a 1% chance of winning. I should score 136 points. Respectable amount. AR5 crushed me. I had Acham with 20.5 points. I had McKinnon with 4.5 because I had bye week and injuries all over the place. Ridley with 20.6. Kelsey with 22.7. Deebo Samuel's going right now. Lat Murray, again, bye week and injury city. Packers, Elliott. On my bench, I've got Purdy, which would have been nice to have in there. I've got Austin Eckler on IR right now. He'll come in here. So my team is phenomenal. This is my team for week number 5. It's going to have McKinnon. I have to move Eckler up into a starting spot. But Eckler, Achane, in Eckler in place of McKinnon. So AR5 if he's healthy and back, if not Purdy. Devon Achane, Eckler, Tyreek Hill, Ridley, Kelsey, Deebo. And I guess my flex would be probably either Curtis Samuel or McKinnon, I guess. Weak second flex, but that team's phenomenal. AR crushed me. AR crushed me. Absolutely crushed me. Can I even put him on IR? No, not yet. Rock out. Let's see how your team's doing. Klondike, nice win today. Sick Nasty, 112 to 90.
Today.
112 to 93. Looks like it's going to be a potential win for Russian Collusion, who had Jordan Love. Is he the one that took Burrow? He took Burrow from me. He's on his bench, though. But, hey, man, Love could still do just as well. Jacobs, Pollard, Olave, Addison, Waller, Kamara, Kirk, and he's going to win anyway. What'd you say, Rockout?
Botched it this week.
Travis Rowe, 113 to 103, projected to win. He's got Hurts, McCaffrey, Stevenson, Nico Collins, Wandell, Andrews, Judy, McLaughlin. And on his bench, if anybody's wondering, he has DK Metcalf on a bye. So he's probably going to win that one. Mark Cleveland has 99 points. He's projected to lose to Terry Roberts, coming in with a big wad today. He's got Jaylen Warren with a 10.9. He got Dalvin Cook with a 2.3. But 52 from Chase, 19 from Kupp. Ferguson playing right now. Gabe Davis, 22. 24 from the Saints D. I also apologize to anybody that said, should I start the Saints D over the Dallas Cowboys this week? It was an amazing matchup. I just have a tough time sitting the Dallas Cowboys. And maybe the Dallas Cowboys still score, 2 touchdowns on fumble recovery, so we'll have to wait and see. But the Saints did have a killer day, and I did answer that question, I think, once or twice, where I said, I can't sit the Dallas Cowboy defense, but the Saints are a good play. But I think I said that like two or three times, so apologies to anybody that was going to play the Saints. Last Purdue, projected to win. Here are those teams right here. If anybody wants to see those. And then I think this is Rockout's matchup here. No, this is Jack of All Trades versus TMT. We got Josh Allen, Breece Hall, 28.4. Jack of All Trades projected to lose to TMT, though. Fields, TMT's got Fields and DJ Moore. Look at that. Look at that man, TMT holding strong. TMT holding strong. Fields, 40.9. Bijan, 10. Disappointing. James Cook, 5. Hopkins, 22. DJ Moore, 49. Hunter Henry, 0. Rashee Rice, 13. Pickens, 26. McManus, and the Lions D. What a nice outing for TMT. And wait, where was Rock out? Oh, here. You were playing last Purdue. Okay. So your 1% chance of winning. Aaron Jones still to go. Yep. And then let me go to the Moon Men real quick, just so the Moon Men can get a little glory here. Moon Men matchups. I'm probably just going to show the scores real quick of the Moon Men, if it'll even load. Cunningham, do we pick up Malik Cunningham? Look, this is a guy I touted in the offseason, Malik Cunningham, as being a very good super flex savior, and I do think we probably see him rise up a little bit. Why isn't this loading? It's not letting me see the teams for some reason in the Moon Man. I'm not on a roster, but somehow it's blocking me from even seeing it right now, so I'll have to go back to that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you all. Let me get to the phone lines real quick, and then we'll probably get out of here for the night. I might come back after this game. I'm not sure. But Young, what could I help you with other than what you've already asked? Anything else?
Yeah, I was also going to ask you, what do you think about Dotson at this point? Is he droppable for like a Musgrave?
If you need a tight end very, very badly, yeah. I mean, look, Dotson has still a lot of time to prove himself, but this is also 5 weeks of. It's not just like drop touchdown passes or, like in the case of Ridley, when people are like writing Ridley off, there's very definable things about why the game didn't go the way it should have. Missed opportunities, visible things like drop touchdowns, the defensive player's hands in the grasp of Ridley and the ball gets pulled out. T-Law overthrowing Ridley twice on touchdown opportunities. There's very, very feasible reasons, easy to detect reasons of why Ridley was busting. Dotson is just, It's like he's lost, man. It's like It's like you don't even know where he is on the field. You know what I mean? It's like he's in the weeds. I don't even see him running. I don't see him running the route. He's not even like focused on. It's just the offense is very clogged. I just feel like that's the best way to describe it. It's a clogged up offense. But I would say
that's another thing I noticed, bro, is he Howell targeted like 12 people that game.
Yeah. I mean, maybe, we need to get an HN emoji for sure. Maybe drop him for Musgrave if you really need a tight end. But I'm skeptical to say drop him, unless you really need the player. I'm still like holding out a little hope that like somehow, some way he bounces back.
Is Michael Wilson just a flash in the pan after today? What
No,
do you think about that?
He's just a rookie. He's a rookie in an offense that's very inconsistent, and I don't think that he's going to be somebody you can like necessarily count on every week. But people will be fickle with him and drop him, and I understand why they would drop him. But you can't really, I think, expect too much out of him.
Got you, brother. All right, hey, Smitty, I appreciate you, man.
All right,
have a good night.
Later, Young. Appreciate you. All right, Young to the moon. Sebastian, go ahead, pal, as quick as you can.
Hey, Smitty, how are you doing?
Good.
I just wanted to ask for some advice because I thought I hit a home run last night in trading Davante Adams. I actually have the Eagles' pair of wide receivers, and I had Adams at flex. But we all know how Jimmy G throws the hospital passes. So I'm like, you know what? Let me break them up into depth. I can get a flex play and an RB2 for him. So I Pollard at my 1. So I did a JT and Christian Watson. It was JT, Christian Watson, and Michael Pittman for Davante Adams and Zach Moss.
So, wait, hold on a second. Give me that trade one more time.
It was Davante Adams. He was in my flex, and Zach Moss for JT, Christian Watson, and Michael Pittman. And I already had Pollard as my running back 1. I really had punted RB2 in the draft.
Yeah.
And I had Richardson, so I'm like, you know what? Might as well just sell out, get the stacks. He's been doing amazing.
So this hurt this week, obviously. You did this before the game?
Yes, I did this last night. I also had Pickens on my bench, too. So I have a lot of firepower on my team. But it just, I don't know, it just felt like I did it all wrong. I mean, I'm so glad I got away from Adam.
Like at the end of it all, bro, I like the JT side more. It's just obviously not this week, Like, but you can't have helped that. And I don't even know if you would have started Moss anyway. You may not have. So, like, at the end of the day, will Watson and Adams have similar games? We'll have to see. But I think Watson does have.
Yeah, and I was actually okay with that too because I had matched up against DJ Moore. So I'm like, you know what? If I need to, I'll just tank this week for waivers or whatever. Because I was like 4-0 already, and I felt like it was a smash trade end of season. I still do feel that way.
Yeah,
I don't know what to do from here because I still do have Pickens on my bench. So I literally have a receiver at flex with 2 more starters on my bench. Like, do I trade up for a Waddle and a Olave at flex and then just basically turn Adams into JT and a wide receiver?
Tough to say. I think maybe we let the week finish out here, but I think there's I have to think about it. I'd have to have your whole team look at it and everything, and I'm kind of zonked to do that tonight. But I would say right now just hold, let the dust settle. Let the dust settle, kind of feel out the JT situation. I still think JT is going to thrive. I think JT would have done everything that Moss did, if JT was given those opportunities. So I think the offense is a really good offense right now with AR in it, and it's still very decent with Minshew. I wish Minshew could they could get Minshew on that Jets roster. Just they have somebody competent. But well, let's let the dust settle on, and let's watch Adams and Watson play before we start tinkering with this, bro. We still got to see how the rest of the trade plays out.
All right, for sure.
Yeah, just don't let the pain of this.
I think the part where I was just lost was the whole Pittman, Pickens, and Watson thing. It's like I have 3 of them, and I can only start 1 at plus.
Yeah. All right, bro. Appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
Yeah. Oscar, you're the final caller, bro. What can I do for you?
Hey, Smitty. I'm trying to see if I can cook up a trade here. Wanted to run it by you real quick.
Okay, hurry up. Let's go. Let's get this knocked out.
So I'd be sending out Garrett Wilson, Barkley, JSN, and Pirine for DJ Moore, Warren, and Addison.
What does the chat think of this one? Man, it's so tough because, like, as much as I want you to get rid of Barkley, I'm still, like, cautious about it. But I think at the end of the day, man, Addison and Warren is probably better than Garrett Wilson. So, like, if someone were just to offer you that straight up, I would say you almost got to consider it because Addison will be steady and Warren might get more and more work. Who knows? So DJ Moore over Barkley's a home run. So I think I probably like that. Does the chat like the DJ Moore side or the Garrett Wilson Barkley side? Could you please vote in the chat, please, for Oscar? Let's give Oscar our best advice.
And he's also got Lamb, Kirk, and Waddle.
Lamb, Kirk.
I don't know. Maybe
bro, DJ Moore and Waddle would be perfect. Can you get that?
It'd be DJ Moore, Waddle,
that's
and
it.
Warren for
no, just
four?
DJ Moore and Waddle. But if you need a running back badly, I guess you could ask for him. I just don't think you're going to get both of them, but you could try. I mean, Waddle scored, so I don't know how easy he will be to get, but he should be relatively. I don't think he's going to be like overpriced.
Okay.
All right, bro.
Right on, Vinny. Appreciate you.
Yeah, bring the alternative trades to us tomorrow. But I would definitely the chat saying DJ Moore side, Barkley side. Jalen Warren looks so much better than Harris, Chuba, Garrett Wilson, Barkley. It's kind of torn, I guess. I would try and get Waddle, and if you can live without Warren, I would rather have DJ Moore and Waddle over this other side by a lot. If that's the only move you could do. But if you need a running back, I get it. But I don't know that you can count on Warren though. You know, if that's who's going to be your starter for sure. It's a tough trade to make. But yeah, hey, call him tomorrow. We'll try and figure it out tomorrow as well. All right, later, Oscar.
We'll just.
Okay, and last super chat, Ron Navy with the $10 hauler. Ron to the moon. Appreciate the super chat, Ron Navy, coming in strong. Here's the 10. Even though, I forgot about this, Ron. Ron and I bet a $10 super chat versus me writing Ron Navy. I would have forgot to come in with it. Ron would have been pissed. I totally forgot about this bet. But I would have wrote it live on my arms. Kirk Cousins and Ron Navy I would have wrote on my arms if the KC Chiefs lost this game. Here's the 10, even though the fix is in by the NFL. Ron, and the rest for KC seems to happen game after game. But you win. You knew the KC NFL ref script. That's funny. Thank you, Ron, for the $10 hauler to the moon.
To the moon.
I totally forgot about that. I completely forgot about that. Ron would have been like, where are the tattoos on the arms, Smitty? Today was a good day, Smitty. Let's get some celebration reps in. Let's do it.
Alert. Super chat alert. Alert. Super chat alert.
8, 9, 10. Hold. Man, you guys are going to get me absolutely ripped. Does anybody, be honest, does anybody see a difference so far? Do I look like I'm getting a little swole? There's no definition yet. Thank you, Lego. Appreciate Lego. Lego, as soon as we put the back call up, things started turning around. I must say. Maybe that's where we put players. Thank you, Dark Knight. Tell Batman I said, what's up? This is a message for you earlier, bro. So let's put, what player do we need to show up? Watson. Christian Watson. Please report to the bat signal. Christian Watson, please report to the bat signal. And then we got one last super chat of the night. Perps with a $20 hauler. Smitty, here's to another fantasy week. Always next week. Did you lose, Perps? Did you say that? Are you saying that in a way that you had a bad week? Perps? Perps to the moon with a $20 hauler. I'm hoping Perps won too. You said always next week. Like as if you lost.
Alert. Super chat alert. Alert. Super chat alert.
8, 9, hold, 10. Oh, good God. Man, I'm pissed about AR. I see definition already, says AC. Get some protein shakes. Perps, thank you for the super chat. Did Perps, Perps lost. Sorry, Perps. Watson and Lamb. Do you still have a shot, Perps, or no? Yeah, AR5's not trash. Everybody, he got injured. Yeah, he needs to slide, that's for sure, but he's not trash. He got a concussion. That one sucked. But yeah, he's having trouble staying healthy. Kamara has been doing good so far. He sure has. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate you. I will see you all maybe after the game, maybe not. It depends. Thank you all for the super chats. I'm out of here. Ron, I just got a second here because I got to run and talk to Miss Smitty about this dog. But go ahead and tell me about how the KC game. Go ahead. I know that's what you're calling about.
Yeah, you deny it. The guy took his helmet off right on the field, and the ref told him to put it on. They didn't even penalize him. And he held him the whole time. And Addison's quick enough; he could have got to that ball, but he had his hands all over
yeah,
it. So,
I mean,
yeah, to pick the flag up. It's just like in the Cincinnati game last year, just like in the Jacksonville game last year, just like in the Philadelphia Super Bowl game last year, and now it's the Minnesota game. I mean, what? You know the NFL has the fix in. That's why they run those stupid commercials with all the players and talk about the script, because they know it's real, but they're trying to get everybody like, oh, let's have fun with it. Yeah, whatever. It's real. I mean, come on, it was blatant. Anybody else take their helmet off on the field would have got penalized.
Well, I think the rationale behind, not saying I agree or disagree with it, but the rationale was that there was a change in possession in the mind of him and until the referees overturned it. And so they're like, well, in that moment in time, it was a change of possession to him. But I get what you're saying, but I mean...
The refs looked up, and then all of a sudden the one ran over. It's like they got a message. Oh, nope, pick up the flag. Can't have this happen.
Well, I don't know. I don't think it's scripted. Otherwise, it makes my job feel meaningless.
Okay, so all these games are coincidence that it's happening in. I'm happening in all the games. I'm saying it's Kansas City. They want to make them a dynasty. They don't want them to lose, and so Kansas City is the Taylor Swift. You know, she's probably pushing money to them too. Who knows? But there's something fishy going on with Kansas City and the rest of the NFL. I can tell you that much because it ain't right. I mean, if it happened in a game, okay. 2 games, okay, maybe. 3, and then 4, and then 5? No, that's too much. There's no such thing as a coincidence. It's happening. We know it.
Well, maybe I should just turn this game off then. Who?
I'm not saying this game's rigged.
Just the KC games?
I'm talking about the Kansas City.
Well,
I mean, it's just too cool.
Well, all I can say, Ron, is if it is rigged, thank God the script said for Kelsey to come back into the game and not be hurt. Somebody made a bad call on that one. They're like, you're not hurt. Oh, I'm not. Okay, he ran back out, scored a touchdown. Boom. Travis Kelsey to the moon.
To the moon.
All right. All right, Ron. I gotta get off because I gotta go help Miss Smitty buy this dog.
You're buying a dog?
Yeah, we're doing the dog thing right now.
What kind of dog?
What did I say, guys? What is it? A Schnauzer.
I thought you were gonna go buy a car.
No, Schnauzer. It's more work than a car.
I got it. Roy's birthday's today, so.
Oh, tell her happy birthday to Miss Navy. Prayers up to Miss Navy. Birthday cakes
Before
up.
Before you go, do another set.
Oh God! All right, hold on. Thank you. All right, see you, Ron.
Have fun.
Later.
Alert. Super chat alert. Alert.
5.
Super
I
chat
think that's
alert.
5, 6, 7. That might be 8, but I'm gonna go one more. 8, 9. Hold. 10. Oh. Perps, appreciate you. Sorry about the loss, my boy. Ron Navy, thank you for the $20 super chat. And Vamp says the script is about as real as Tylee's Burrow film. That Burrow film didn't help this week, did it? That Burrow film, Tylee, didn't help this week. All right, I'm out of here. Appreciate you all. Thank you, Vampy. Thank you, Ron Navy. Thank you to all my mods, including Vamp, Sick Nasty, Travis Rowe, Terry Roberts, Blackbeard, and anybody else that I'm forgetting. I'll see you all later. Peace out. D-Class says horrible form on my curls. D-Class, I'm trying to get them done within the 10 seconds while I'm doing a live show. Okay? So I do have better form. Get with it, D-Class. Peace out. Appreciate you all. Even D-Class. Writer's strike is over. These next few weeks about to be fire. Hey, maybe that's why the game scripts have been so bad with the refs. Maybe we get the writers back. The actual script writers for the NFL. They're writing a bad script right now. Now Ron's just trying to...
Alert. Super chat alert. Alert. Super chat alert.
7, 8, 9, 10. Thank you, Ron Navy, for that. I'll see you all maybe later tonight. Peace out. Appreciate you all.
Breece Hall is 8 foot tall. He will always answer the mother freaking call. Don't let him fall. In the third, don't stall. Just give Batman the freaking football.
He's Breece. He's Breece.
He does a whole of a job. A whole of a job. A whole of a job.
Breece Hall, please report to the moon.
He does a hell.
Get Breece.
People are getting burrowed left and right, and people are going to remember it.
Get burrowed.
Yeah, you forgot about that one, didn't you? You forgot about that little video clip, didn't you? People are getting burrowed left and right, and people are going to remember it.
Get burrowed.
The stack above all stacks. It's time to drop the pancake emojis in the live chat.
People are getting burrowed left and right, and people are going to remember it.
Get Breece.
People are getting burrowed left and right, and people are
Get Breece.
People are getting burrowed.
Get Breece.